Hey, welcome back to Kikao. If this is your first time here, Kikao is a Swahili word that means a session, a sit down, a gathering. And that's what this podcast is about. It's your seat at the table where we have conversations about resilience, reinvention, and building a better life. In the last episode, we talked about building the perfect body, a body that lasts. Today, I believe we should talk about something that shapes every area of our life, and that is mindset. I truly believe that the way you think about yourself can either trap you or it can unlock a completely different life. If you've been feeling like your mindset is holding you back, please hit that subscribe button and let's have a chat. My name is Kirei. Welcome to Kikao. When I was about 6 years old, I was top of my class, especially at maths. Honestly, I thought I was a genius. I used to ace all the tests without trying. I was way ahead of all the other kids in the class. But here's something I didn't realize. Before I even started school, my parents spent a lot of time preparing me, with reading books and timetables and other tutoring. So I had a massive head start. And though I'm not going to say I didn't have raw talent, but there was definitely the times table drills that we did at the dinner table. They definitely paid off. Thing is, when I got into high school, I started noticing there were kids around me who were not just as good as I am, but better than me. I was suddenly, they're challenging my throne, and I got dethroned. I wasn't the king anymore. And with every passing year, these pesky kids kept getting better and better than me. And really, by the time I got to, the end of high school, I had resigned or adopted a belief that was just an average, kid academically, intellectually even. And this belief really shaped my choices for many years to come. It wasn't really until I was in my 30s, I hate to admit, that I realized I'd mistaken early preparation for natural talent. It was this really powerful realization that was my first introduction to the growth mindset. Knowing that I can develop and improve, and really this belief or this approach can unlock my full potential. The belief that hard work and effort can take me further, can take us further, really, than talent alone ever can. There's a Stanford teacher, Carol Dweck, researcher actually, she was a researcher, I believe, who studied why some people thrive under challenges and others just shut down. I think you may know people like this too. And what she found was that it all came down to mindset. Whether you believed your abilities were fixed, or whether you believed you could grow through effort and learning, determined how you responded to challenges. So what is a growth mindset and what does it look like? Here's some examples to help us get a better understanding. A fixed mindset would say, I'm not good at this, so I won't try. A growth mindset will say, I'm not good at this yet, but I can learn. When it comes to money, for example, a fixed mindset could say, I never really understood investing or money, which is really basically code for, look, man, I'm just gonna watch Netflix and hopefully my bank account looks after itself. A growth mindset, however, would say, I can learn to manage my money, learn about investing, acquire all these skills, and by putting in effort, I can get better. And in relationships, a fixed mindset could say, for example, I'm just not good at opening up. It's just how I am. We're just accepting your limitations or perceived limitations. Whereas, this really, if you, I'm sure most of us have heard this either from other people or from coming out of our own mouth. And really what it is, the translation is, look, I'm just gonna bottle things up and hopefully my partner develops some Jedi mind reading skills and they'll be able to understand me. A growth mindset, however, would say, I can learn to communicate better and be more open, and sure, this may be uncomfortable at first, but it's beneficial in the long run. When it comes to health and fitness, a big area that is challenging for most of us, a fixed mindset will say, I'm just not a fit person. I'm too old. I've never been athletic. All these cliche excuses that we hear all the time, that we hear or tell ourselves or others all the time. Whereas a growth mindset would say, I can become fitter, healthier, stronger by taking small, consistent, incremental steps. So really, what it comes down to is whether you're learning a new skill or managing your finances, improving your relationships, or getting fitter and stronger, a growth mindset will help you see that progress is possible if you're willing to learn and put in the effort. Now, how can we actually apply that growth mindset? How can we rewire our mindset? For me, I've found 4 key practices that have helped me tremendously. The first one is catch the story. Pay attention to the voice in your head. It's so powerful and it can help you or ruin you. But pay attention to it. When you hear, I can't do this, or I'm just not that type of person, or my favorite, which is, it's just the way I am, shudder. Stop and ask, is this a fact, or is it just something a story that I've believed? Challenge yourself. The second practice is reframing failure. See setbacks like training reps. We never go into the gym and expect to lift the heaviest dumbbell, the first time. But for some reason we expect perfection when it comes to the first time we attempt other things in our life. So, reframe the failure. It's just progress. Progress, not perfection. The third practice ties to the second one, which is progress, not perfection. Don't ask, am I there yet? Ask, am I better than I was yesterday? Just small incremental wins add up. I have a favorite saying that small raindrops will turn into a pond, which turns into a lake. The fourth practice is surround yourself with growth. Be around people who challenge you, who remind you what's possible, because a growth mindset, or any type of mindset, by the way, is contagious. So you might as well make sure you're in an environment where you're surrounded by, you increase the likelihood of being impacted, influenced by a growth mindset. So to sum it up in a simple way, just remember: story, failure, progress, growth. Keep these 4 words in your mind, and it's a simple formula really for rewiring our mindset. So Here's today's reminder. Mindset can decide your future. It either builds the walls that keep you stuck, or it opens the doors that set you free. The challenge for this week is to think of one area of your life where a mindset shift has already helped you grow. Maybe it's your health, your career, or your relationship. And I would like you to acknowledge that progress and share it in the comments below to celebrate and inspire others in this community, in the Kikao community. Really appreciate that, and I'm really excited to hear, to go through your comments. And before I wrap up, by the way, I just want to say thank you. You could have been doing anything right now, listening to other content or doing something else completely, but you chose to spend a few minutes with us here in this Kikao. It means a lot. Finally, don't stop there. Go to episode 5, which is Rebuilding Identity. Who are you really? Because identity and mindset go hand in hand. Until next time, my friends, my name is Andrew Kirei. See you at the next Kikao.